Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time the Greenskins will face up against Empire.
So welcome to a new episode of Royal Rumble, and thank you for tuning in. This time again with multiple battlecast, and we have I'm playing with the Greenskin and facing up against Empire. So it's also here it will be the last time I will cast that, because the matchup will not change. In my opinion, it's always in a very high favor for Greenskin. So it's very difficult for Empire to win against a good Greenskin build. Greenskin has a really good matchup against Bretonia. So against both human factions, Greenskin is very good. But overall, I see Greenskin. For me, Greenskin is a low tier faction. So Greenskin is a low tier faction with Beastman. Of course, they have a very good matchups against high tier factions like Empire and Bretonia, but overall they are a low tier faction. So Beastman is damage dealer, no melee defense or very low melee defense, low armor, but a lot of damage. Very cheap infantry units, but a huge amount of them. So in this combination, cheap infantry with a huge melee attack and weapon strength is the reason why Greenskin is performing very well against other factions. So the melee attack, or you always are able to outnumber your enemy with the units, and they are really good damage dealers. You can flank him really good because you have more units than him, and this is the reason why Greenskin has a very huge potential to win against, or a good matchup against Bretonia and Empire. So let's go through my army composition. As I said, as always, I will show you my army composition in the first replay, and the other replays I will not go into that because it's always the same. So my front line is mixed with Savage Orcs and Orc Boys. Complete front line is only damage dealers, so you can see that over here. The Savage Orcs have no armor. The armor is 0. And the melee defense is nearly also 0. But overall, the melee attack is huge, the weapon strength is huge, and the charge bonus is huge. And quite the same on by the Orc Boys. They have a lot of, the melee defense is also low, melee attack is also low, weapon strength is okay, they are not so strong. A little bit of armor over here, shielded. So both units are damage dealer, designed for the frontline fight, and it's always the same. They are in frontline damage dealer, and they will charge in. And at the beginning, they will perform really well and make a lot of damage to the infantry, enemy infantry. But after that, they need support. And during melee combat, they need support. And this is the reason why I have my Biggins in the second row. They support the front line over here. So the Biggins are our high tier infantry unit in my opinion. They're very strong, they have a huge weapon strength, they have the melee defense is okay, and the melee attack is huge. The armor is also very good for that, so in my opinion they are high tier infantry units. They're also not so cheap, so they have their price. I don't know if it's 700, 800, I'm not sure actually, but they're very high tier infantry and performing really well. Then we have in the last line Rusty Arrows, also very good for armor sundering, and also good damage dealers from the back line, so they can constantly shoot also on handgunners. So you can snipe out enemy handgunners really fast. Also with the second unit here, Orc Arrow Boys. So will not make much damage, but this will add up against handgunners, of course because handgunners have a very low armor or no armor, and this is very good. So you can directly snipe out enemy missile infantry. Very good. Then always three big bosses on the wolf. In my opinion, the wolf, it's okay. He's a lot of speed. I like it when they are very fast. So they are so fast on the wolf. Let's see over here. They make 92 speed. It's incredible. It's really good. And it's cheaper than the spider. So in my opinion, it's okay to bring them on the wolf. Then we have a Ragnarok spider over here in the last line. Against Empire, it's always very important to protect her. So there, the Empire player can snipe out her very fast with Hammer of the Witches and handgunners. So always to put them in the back line and wait till the frontline fight goes on, and then you will join that. So wait a little bit and then you can join it, but not send her directly in the front line, because she will go down very fast if the enemy constantly shoot with handgunners on her. Then I have always a Woodsuck, because Woodsuck is, in my opinion, I like it. I like the play when you can combine a Lord with, or you can combine 2 units. So you can bring Grimgore, and you can, but you need then Orc Shaman. So it's, in my opinion, it's very important to have Foot of Gork, and here we go. Very important. These spells are very important against Empire, or overall they're so strong. And you can bring Grimgore, but in my opinion, it's okay to bring Woodsuck, because you combine something. You don't have to bring an additional Shaman. You save money. Of course, he's not the best melee expert, but it's okay. A little bit. He makes a little bit of damage for a caster. It's okay. Of course, he's expensive, but you don't have to take another caster. So if you take another caster, you need more credits, and you have to take care of both units. So in my opinion, it's very good to bring just one Lord. If it is able, if you don't need a melee expert very much, if you are fine with a caster, you combine things, and I think it's very good. You can save money, save credits over here. So very good. I like Woodsuck very much. As I said, it's also not so squishy, so he's able to also melee combats to kill some models. It's okay, the stats over here. And I bring him always on, as I said several times, I bring him always on foot, so with no mount, no boar, because it's very easy for an Empire player to snipe him out. So Empire player can bring a Lord on a Hippogriff and also heroes on Hippogriffs. So if he do that, he can Psycho Charge on the Woodsuck, on the boar, and I think 1, 2, or 3 Cycle Charges are enough, and the Woodsuck is dead. So it's not so easy to kill him on foot. So because of the first Cycle Charge or of the first charge, he will fall down, and then it will take some time till he stand up, and it will take longer to kill him. So it's good that he's squishy on foot. Always bring him on foot, in my opinion. Also, he don't count as a large target. For Demigryphs, well, you can see that here. For Demigryphs and stuff like that, they will not get the anti-large damage or the anti-large bonus. He's not a large target now. Then I have at least Goblin Wolf Riders. So in my opinion, they are designed, of course, for sneak behind the enemy front line and to kill handgunners, snipe out handgunners, and missile infantry, and also Hammer of Witches, or also artillery. They can snipe out that really fast. They are designed for stuff like that, and of course they are really squishy. They will route really fast. They cannot compete in melee combat against anything. You have to protect them, and watch after them. But if you do that, you have a lot of mobility, because they are really fast. These guys are very, very fast. And they're also very good for chasing out enemy units, routing units. So you have a wide frontline fight, the enemy has units that are routing, you can chase them out with them. No problem. Okay, I think I said everything to my army composition. Let's go to my opponent. So we have here Swordsman, Swordsman, Sigma Sons, Temple of Luminarch. Yeah, so in the last games, I often, it's very competitive actually at the actual games or actual ladder to bring a Temple of Luminarch. I see it very often, because I think it's good for sniping out large targets like a Ragnarok. You can see he placed and hit, and also for sniping out enemy lords. But in my opinion, it's so much money. The Luminarch is so expensive. I'm not sure, but I see it very often against Greenskin especially, or in this matchup I see it very often. You can see I'm placing a Foot of Gork over here. Let's pause for a second. So Swordsman, I think against Greenskin you can bring them, but overall I don't like Swordsman. Swordsmen are so weak in my opinion. So the melee defense and the melee attack is huge. It's okay. The weapon strength it's low. Armor piercing is quite useless. Also the armor is not very high, 30. It's okay. I would not prefer it against Greenskin. I think I would bring a front line of Flagellants with Spearman, but I'm not sure. I don't like Swordsman, but against Greenskin it's okay to bring them. So as I said, Sigma Sons, these guys are very strong. Of course, they are unbreakable, will never rout. The performance is very good. Weapon strength good. Melee and melee attack and defense is huge. But these guys will perform very well. Flagellants, very good decision to bring them. Also because they are also damage dealers. So the charge in, it's good to bring also damage dealers, I think, and also they are unbreakable. So alone they will not hold the line because the Savage Orcs will massacre them, or they will kill them. They're able to kill them. So you have to support there, to support the Flagellants with Spearmen, or also with low tier infantry. Spearmen are very good to support the Flagellants. Swordsmen and Flagellants. Then, as always, a group of Royal Dart of Gryphites or Demigryph Knights. So, but you don't have to fear the Demigryph Knights. The Savage Orcs and the Biggins will perform so well against the Demigryphs. No problem for them to kill a unit of Demigryphs very fast. Handgunners on the side, so very well deployed over here. You can see that. So it's a good shooting range over here. And the front line is here, so in my opinion very well deployed. But you also have to protect this side over here. So on the back, Spearmen. So we have Spearmen here, in fact. Very good, I think, to support the front line. Then, as I said, a Luminarch and a General of the Empire. In my opinion, it's okay to bring a General of the Empire. I like it very much. The stats overall are not are less than the stats of Karl Franz, but not that much. So it's the price difference is 500 or 600 credits compared to a Karl Franz. But overall, I like it very much because the stats are not so bad. So a Karl Franz is not much strong. So okay, so let's go over here. So I've juicy Foot of Gork over here. You can see the Sigma Sons. They are gone. But it was also not so good for me because you have to wait till you place a Foot of Gork. It's always very important to wait till the fight is going, till the fight starts, because the enemy is able to react really fast if you are not, if he is not stuck in combat. We have a Dwellers Below over here, very good one. So directly in the middle of my front line. Let's slow down over here. Very good one over here, makes a lot of damage, but not that much. Yeah, okay. The Orc boys are really they are shaking. That makes a lot of damage. In fact, okay. So as I said, wait to place in Foot of Gork always till the frontline fight starts and the enemy is also stuck in the frontline fight. Because if you now place, for example, here a Foot of Gork is not able to go away really fast. So if you place a Foot of Gork in pre-combat, the enemy is very able to see that and react, because you can see that it's marked on that ground, and then you can walk out really fast, no problem. So it was not really good from my side to place it in pre-combat. You can see also here, my Ragnarok took so much damage from the hand gunners. It's incredible. Also from the Luminark. I think the Luminark placed a lot of good hits to my Ragnarok Spider. But overall, the frontline fight runs quite well for me. I also was able here with my Orc Ara boys to shoot on his on the right flank with the handgunners. You can see one unit is already routing, but the silver bullets are still online. But he managed it to to kill or to chase away my Orc Biggins. So the Orc Biggins, as I said, are a really high tier infantry unit because they have, in fact, the amount of armor is quite okay in combination with the melee attack and the weapon strength. And also they have a bonus versus large. This is very important. It does not show up over here. The Biggins have a bonus versus large, so performance against demigryphs is very good in general. Also the armor piercing amount is 12. This is good. The stats of the Biggins is a very high tier infantry unit, very good. So they should perform really good against demigryphs, but he managed it with the Royal Art of Gryphites to bring them to rout. But they get terrorized and they are now fine and will join over here again. So as always the same, the front line cannot hold up very long against Greenskin and they break up. You can see routing Swordsman, this will all will break. So another hit on the Ragnarok with the Luminark, very good of my opponent over here. So it's not so easy to hold the line. Also the Dwellers below, it damaged me very much, but the front line is very wide. It's good for me. It's an advantage for me to fight in a wide front line, wide formation. And it also damaged. You damage also your own units with the Dwellers below. So it is not that good against Greenskin, I think. You can see he flies directly. The general of the round flies direct in a group of Goblin Big Bosses. And I always said that also in my live streams. Never fly with a Hippogriff Lord. It doesn't matter if it's a Karl Franz or General from never flying big bosses. They will kill him so fast. You can see this was a juicy Dwellers below over here. You can see that. How much damage my units take. They will take a lot of damage from that. So this was a very juicy one. Very good of my opponent to place this Dwellers below over here. Now I'm able, the Luminark is not protected here, and I'm not able to chase it away with or to kill it with my Goblin Big Bosses. But it's now in the late game, and the Luminark will not do anything significant in the late game. The Luminark is very strong in the pre-combat to damage large units and lords, but in the late game it's quite useless. So as you can see here, the Biggins are very able to kill a group of Royal. I think not one unit of Biggins will do that, but in combination with a group of Savage Orcs, you're always fine. So the performance of demigryphs against Greenskin is bad. So everything routes over here. But he managed it also to damage my Ragnarok Spider very, very heavily. You can see, of course, now he has no units left and he will not fly with his General of the Empire into my units in cycle charge, but they will kill him, or he's shattered now and we have a mass rout. Never fly into a group of Goblin Big Bosses with a Hippogriff. Never do that. So okay, first fight. Let's go into the second. I will not, as I said, I will not go in every detail. Just started, nothing to say anymore to my build. But yeah, you can see here in the second game a light wizard, very good, with the net of Amletok. A jade wizard. Also in the first game, my opponent had a jade wizard that did not notice that. Jade wizard with dwellers below, of course. So quite the same situation. You can see, as always, same match, same lineup. I put also my Wolf Riders always in a vanguard position to react really fast if the enemy also do. I don't know if there are missile cavalry from Empire that has vanguard deployment or can deploy in the vanguard position, but I'm always fine if I put them in the front line or in the vanguard position and can react really fast over here. So what we have over here, we have silver bullets, great swords, very good. Always very good to bring great swords, because great swords, you cannot, as I said, you cannot outnumber the enemy. You cannot outnumber a greenskin player with Empire, or Bretonia is more able to do that, because Bretonia has a lot of cheap infantry units, and Bretonia is able to bring a huge amount of units with his army corps. But Empire is not able to do that. So you are not able to outnumber that greenskin player. So you have to bring a high tier infantry. You have to bring more strength than amount. So great swords are really good, because the performance because they are very heavily armored. The armor amount is 95. Not so easy for greenskin to go through that, and you are very able to. And also they make a lot of damage to the greenskin units. It's not so easy to break through this. But of course you cannot only bring great swords, because their amount is not much then, and you can see I bring a lot of great swords units over here, my opponent. And in my opinion, it's, as you can see, the amount of units is very low. So I think 2 or 3 great swords units is okay, but not more, because then you have not much units. And it's very, you can see this wide formation. So greenskin is very able to flank on each side. So in fact, you can flank our Empire player very hard. So it's very important to bring at least a little bit of units with you, a little bit amount. Of course, you cannot outnumber the greenskin player, but it's a little bit. So this is very good over here. So it's not I'm not able to flank him so hard. A little bit flanking over here maybe, but not with 3 or 4 units. So he casted a net of Amletok over here on my Goblin Wolf Riders. Very good to do that. You can see he casted that and charge in now with my Royal Art of Griphites. Very good from my opponent over here. We have a charge in over here now. You can see very good decision to put that unit on the side. Now I'm not able to flank him over here. But my Ragnarok Spider is quite healthy. So he had a Hammer of Witches. In my opinion, a very competitive pick against Greenskin, against large units. But he made no damage. I'm not sure why. And now the Ragnarok Queen is in the front line. Ragnarok Spider is in the front line. And the Ragnarok Spider is so strong. In my opinion, you barely can see a Ragnarok Spider in the ladder games. But I think a Ragnarok Spider is a really competitive pick in some cases. So you make a lot of damage, huge amount of armor piercing, causing fear and terror, and very good. You can see also here I directly go to shoot on to snipe out his silver bullets with my rusty arrows. But you can see the casted dwellers below. But he noticed that. That is bad for him that they shoot on the handgun. As you can see, the silver bullets are nearly dead now, and yeah. Side, I'm able to flank him a little bit. So they're out there. They are gone now, the silver bullets. But the front line, as I said, with the great swords is performing very well. It will hold up longer, you can see that. So if you put flagellants or swordsmen in there, it would not be able to hold on. But here you can see, of course, but this unit of Savage Orcs is shaking, so the performance is good. So his group of Royal Art of Griffites is quite healthy. And he will chase in the backline, I think, over here now. You can see cast another net of Amnitok, but I managed to get out there. One big boss is stuck over there, but the other ones managed to get out. And yeah, as I said also in former videos, the performance of big bosses against demigryphs is really good. So you can send 3 units in a group of demigryphs. Of course, the Royal Art of Griffites are very strong, so they are not so easy to kill. But usual group of demigryphs, the big bosses will perform very well. You can see my Ragnarok is now sandwiched from his Karl Franz, Boris Todbringer, sorry, and the Royal Art of Griffites, and she will take a lot of damage from them. They are designed to, or the Royal Art of Griffites are designed to kill a unit like this. In this match it was quite difficult. You can see that here on the left side, very interesting. The Orc boys trade quite even with the Flagellants. So this was just a 1-on-1 over here, and you can see they trade quite even. So just a few models left, shaking unit of Orc boys, and they will join the fight over here now. So another net of Amnitok goes down over here, but as I said, never fly or never go to the ground with a Hippogriff when big bosses are there. They kill a Boris Todbringer, Karl Franz on a Hippogriff so fast, it's incredible. So everything broke up over here and not joining the fight. And always, if a front line broke up, move on, move on, move on, to chase everything away, and also to make trouble in the back line. So my Ragnarok is now, of course, she's routing because of the Royal Art of Griffites, but overall I think it was really good. See, he lands, but this is the end of Boris Todbringer in this case, because as I said, it's the big bosses damage him so much. So okay, as I said, Great Swords always very good against Greenskin. Directly go to the next one. So same, and we have here a very tiny formation, box style, so it's open over here, but it's quite closed over here. So in my opinion also good if you can do that, if the terrain or the map is good for that. And we have Sigmar Sons, Halberdiers, also Halberdiers, very good decision. I love Halberdiers very much. The performance in general is very good pick over here. Spearman, Handgunners, or this are the Stirland's Revenge, Handgunners, and Silver Bullets. So a lot of missile infantry, this is very high priced. It was very expensive to bring all these units over here. You can see over here my Wolf Riders come in there. We have crossbowmen over here and Great Swords over here. So the Great Swords will join the frontline fight on the spot They will decide on which spot it is necessary to do that. So the Sunmaker Hellstorm rocket, in fact, against Greenskin, it is so competitive to bring it. The performance is very good against Greenskin, because Greenskin has a huge amount of infantry. You can see him, I think you can see that. Oh, bring it, how much damage they took. Also this unit. So it's very competitive to bring it. I would bring a... Yeah, this is also very... I don't know how much the price is. I think it's very expensive. But the performance is really good. Then we have an Amber Wizard and a Karl Franz on a Hippogriff. And on the back line, a group of Reichsguard. You can see I'm not casting a Foot of Gork over here. And as I said, you can see, he saw that. Of course, he took a little bit of damage over here. You can see the footprint over here. No, always wait till you are in combat. The units of your enemy are stuck in combat, or he had a lot of work to do in the melee combat and not watching after his units. And then you can place a juicy Foot of Gork, and this is the better decision, not to place one in pre-combat. It was very bad for me to do that. So we have a Flock of Doom going down over here. Since the latest patch with Dwellers Below and Final Transmutation, you will barely see a Flock of Doom. You can see the Reichsguard is fighting. And the Reichsguard is a cavalry unit that is designed for cycle charge. Never put them in melee combat. They will get very fast massacred, you can see that. They are just a few seconds in melee. You can see they are nearly dead. It's no problem. Because the Savage Orcs and Big Guns massacre cavalry units in melee combat. So always cycle charge if you use a Reichsguard. You can see, makes a big mistake over here. He lands with his Karl Franz. And I also have the Ragnarok Spider over here, so this is the end of this Karl Franz over here. And I have a good spell. I can recommend that. Let's see you can see my Wursak is over here. Let's see, I will show you that it's an ability, it's not a spell in fact. It's this here. Yes, Everj of the Git, don't know how I can how to say that. Yeah, sorry. But this ability is really good. You can cast it on an enemy lord or hero, and he gets stuck and took a lot of damage, and he cannot fly. He cannot take off and fly around anymore for a few seconds. So if a enemy lord lands, I will cast it on it, or I will use this ability and send my big bosses after him, so he cannot take off. You can see he's dead now. It's over. It's really fast. So this was a juicy one, you can see that. So, well, this was a juicy one. He had his eyes on his Karl Franz, and now you can place a really juicy hit or really juicy Foot of Gork over here. Also, you can see it goes very fast, so it's over here. So yeah, it was the last match. Thank you for tuning in. And as I said, Greenskin, damage dealers, overall a low tier faction, but very good matchups against high tier factions like Bretonnian Empire. Damage dealers, cheap infantry, can outnumber your enemy all the time in most cases. And also high tier infantry or very good infantry like the Orc Biggins. And yeah. So in my opinion, it's as I said, you cannot outnumber your enemy. You will get flanked, but bring a little bit of amount of units with you. Not only high tier infantry like great swords, a little bit of low tier and high tier great swords with spearmen and flagellants. This combination should work. As I said, also like the Sunmaker, but I think it's quite expensive. So, no, thank you. I think I said everything, and thank you for tuning in, and see you on the next episode of Royal Rumble. Thank you.